Reading Progress is a tool built into Microsoft Teams that allows learners to improve their reading fluency. So once you've opened your Microsoft Teams and you've got your class set up, you can open your class, and what you're going to then need to do is to set an assignment for them. So just on the options that you've got on the left-hand side, you can select assignment. We're then going to create a new assignment, and by selecting new assignments. Once we're in new assignment, down here at the bottom in the Learning Accelerators, we can select Learning Accelerators, and you'll see Learning Progress as the option. Now this is where we can choose the text that our learners are going to be asked to read, and I think it's important that you realise that the more familiarity they have with the subject, the better they're going to be able to read that text. So rather than just selecting something that they have got no understanding of, there'll be words there they are unfamiliar with. So we can either import from a Word document or PDF. You have the ability to generate a new reading passage, or there's a library of text samples that they can choose from, or that you can choose from. So selecting the library, we can then choose the reading level for our learners. So if I'm a Year 3 teacher, I can select Year 3, and I can then choose what I'm going to ask my learners to read. So if I'm talking about ancient Greece and the Cyclops, words like Cyclops that they may be unfamiliar with are going to be fairly difficult, but if you've been learning about ancient Greece, it might be a good text for you to choose. You've also got an option of the fiction text and non-fiction that we can go down, and they're in some of the other classes, and it also gives us a word count. So if we select the ancient Greeks and Cyclops and select that one, it then tells us what that text is going to be, and shows us what our learners are going to be asked to read. So we get our reading level. We can give our learners a set number of attempts, or that can be unlimited for them to keep trying until they're happy with it. They can have a 10-minute cutoff time. It also maps out their pronunciation, so you can select how sensitive you want that to be by changing the status there. There's also the reading coach. So if I'll show you that. So when they make a mistake with a word, you can have the option to play that word. It will stretch the word out for them, or it will show them an image of what that word is. So when they're reading that text on the ancient Greeks, it will show the words that they've struggled with, and it will give them these options to be able to choose how to have a go. You can also choose which voice you have and the prompt styles. So we'll keep that. And it will also record the pupils as well for you to be able to see what they look like when they're reading it. Now, when they're reading it on their device, they won't see an image of themselves to distract. It will just show them what the text is. So once we're happy with everything, we select next. We can give it a title. And what we could do is have a title or a text that we use each term or half term just to monitor the reading progress of our learners, so that if we try and see how they're doing on the text that are being covered, and we set these periodically, we'll be able to see how their fluency is improving according to what we expect to see. Now at the bottom here, we've also got the student view, so that you can see what they will see when they log in. So when they see the assignment, this is what the assignment will look like to our learners. They'll select the text, and then because I'm using the camera to record, they'll see an image of themselves, and then they'll be able to press start. So once they press start, they will then just see the text, and they'll be asked to read that. When we go back to our assignment, we can then click down and we can assign it to our class, or if we want to differentiate, we can select the students in our class that we want to assign it to and have different levels of text for those different learners depending on where they were in their previous reading progress assignments or where they are in their reading stages. So once you click assign, you're then going to be able to see that it's been set for the class. So there's my pop-ups. And then as a teacher, what you then see at the end is an image like this. So you'll see each of your pupils' work. This is an image from the internet, and we can see that Crystal McKinney has read the geography of the Earth, and we can see that it will tell us the words correct per minute, her accuracy rate, her mispronunciations, omissions, self-corrections, insertions, and repetitions. So when we have this information, we can then use this as quantifiable data to see whether, if they're reading the same text further on in the year, they've made improvements in their reading, or if we've gone through and created or decided on text that we can see that work being done at a different level. So once we've seen that, we'll be able to go to each of our pupils and see how they're getting on with their reading. We can also watch that video of them and see how they read the text that we've decided to share with them. Okay, I hope that helps.